What's up, y'all? Let me zoom into the shirt right here. Let me zoom into the shirt right here, baby. What does that say? Always be you. Always be you. Now, when I walk around with this shirt, I'm pretty sure there's some dumb racist idiot that thinks it's some pride thing, some about being gay and pride or whatever. Now, only one person finally, the first time ever, said to me, "Is that the shirt that The Rock wearing in Central Intelligence?" I had to, and then they said The Rock said Central Intelligence, and I told him you the first person that figured it out. But sometimes I see some weird looks when I walk around with a shirt, as in I think racists think it's a pride shirt, but they won't open their mouth with me because it'll be ass whooping time. I always said it before. When it comes to these like protesting thing, and you see the bigger guy will try to get in someone's like the smallest guy they can find's face and try to act all hard. I always say, man, I wish that was me. I wish somebody once do that to me. And I realized I always kept seeing myself saying that. But then it hit me the reason why it hasn't happened to me, because it's always a little guy. It's always the littlest guy that you can find at a protest to try to act hard in front of. But anyway, so I'm about to play this video of this guy doing this apology video. Now, to make it clear, I don't ever watch this guy, ever. I've only seen probably about 2 or 3 videos of his. They're short videos saying, "How dare you act this way in the gym?" And I was thinking, and I kind of got that is basically, to my understanding, the point of his whole channel, just doing those videos, and to me that was just no that's enough. I got the point. It's just I understand that it's hard out there to come up like pitch meeting. I know he wants to come up with a different creative ideas, and he tries, and they don't go as bad as a pitch meeting. So you got to keep repeating the same thing to get the money, I guess. And that's why I just see it as, but it's just not for me. Not no. I got a life. Than hearing the same crap over and over again. It's like I don't know what kind of mind that is, but there's going to be something wrong with you if you even subscribe to him in the first place. Kind of like that Tyrone or Tyrese guy that coons on YouTube. Where people are saying, "Man, I used to be a big fan of his, but now he turned to this." This guy's always been an idiot. To even say that you used to be a big fan of his, you're an idiot. So this guy right here is just like, I feel like in a way, I don't know who's worse, but yeah. So anyways, I'm doing a response to his apology video. I've done a video, responding to what I heard about this Hulk Hogan racist thing, and listen to his little racist rant. Yeah, and and I kind of go over a couple of things, a couple of examples that I feel fit really well with that. And the thing is, I got bored, I think, earlier today, and I was just like, said, let's see videos talking crap about this dude, just for the hell of it. And I only went to one, and I couldn't finish it because I just didn't really care. But one of them, it was showing his apology video, saying how pathetic it is. And, and one thing is, like, what made me want to do the video is, it's kind of like my examples I was using my video when I was talking about, is earlier, the video about him, people were talking about. It's just people that are not all there, they don't know how to respond. It's like, to me, it should feel unbelievable for someone not to know. It is pretty dumb to say, well, once you go after the black people, or like, and I use that, what's his name, of Logan Paul, I gotta say Logan Paul to get his brother's name. I can't remember the brother's name, but Logan Paul's brother, he says, well, once you go to Karma, once you go ask Karma those questions. It's just like people like that and that racist divided mind, they do not know how to respond to things. And I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like this, it still stays negative. Like I said, he's a negative person. And I'll make sure I won't really try to play. And I heard he's a influencer or something. I don't know what they call him. I guess they're like Andrew Tate, people I never watch. So I don't know if he's one of those people that try to say, hey, buy this book so I can teach you to become rich. I don't know if he does that crap. But, but one thing I was betting on is, I said in the video, is like, I'm pretty sure this guy's single. And to my understanding, he is. To my understanding, what one of the videos I saw mocking him, and they were talking about like, so, and the thing is, you guys gotta understand, I don't know, I guess I'm not a single loser where I can understand why would someone want to listen to a single dude talk about how to do this and how to do that. If you're single, there's always a good reason for it. Not always, but there's always like a huge good reason why you're single. But like I said, I've been seeing some weird people on YouTube, so it makes sense with the base that would run to him, because I've seen some people that really clearly aren't there, and they're not even people I would even waste my time to try to help because they're too far gone. But anyways, but the point is, it's just he has this way of, he doesn't know how to respond. That's why, thinking about him being single is probably right. It's just, like I said, I can't imagine any girl I ever met would be able to stand conversations with him. Let me fix this up a little bit. Let me fix this up real quick. So let's hit play on this recording, and and I'll explain anything. I'll try to go over again like how to respond when I was talking about. I don't know. This is my second take, but I said I gotta say Logan Paul to remember the other guy's name. I remember one of those takes I couldn't remember still, even though I said Logan Paul. I still don't know Logan Paul. Whatever. I think it was this take, but his brother Logan Paul's brother said, "What about Kamala? Why don't you go ask your Kamala Harris?" And one of those questions. This is like they don't know how to respond to things, and it's just like it just like ruins relationships because you just don't have the mind to respond. What is that? Oh, it's a charger. But anyways, here. So here goes apology video. I'm sure I'm going over everything he's doing wrong. I'm saying I wouldn't call them influencers because they're dumb. Usually I would expect if you're going to call yourself those kind of things, then you got to have some kind of intelligence of how to talk, like smooth talking. But they don't. They just have the most ignorant, negative way of talking, and it just goes nowhere to being single. And single losers, they think these guys are great, I guess.
A few days ago, I reposted an old video of me in the gym wearing a Hulk Hogan Halloween costume on the day that he passed. Last night in my live stream, a lot of people expressed how upset and frustrated they were with me that I had posted that.
Now, this is the thing. I understand that he's more worried about, I guess he lost a lot of subscribers, so I kind of heard. A lot of people really, for YouTube, I block a lot of people. I block a lot of single dudes, deranged looking people that are not all there. And that's just it. They're really not there. And the best thing to do is to block them and not to respond to them. Because like I said, when I used to try to be open, always respond to anyone, even if I felt like they were not all there, I got them give me 30 dear responses again, like I said, talk about killing themselves. So it's best to just just block them. Just don't even get, because they want the attention. I knew they wanted attention, but I didn't expect it would be, I'm going to kill myself and I blame you for my feelings and all that kind of stuff. But, so, I mean, for him to say a lot of people, I'm like, if we were talking about YouTube, you're not talking about nobody. But whatever, let's keep going.
Instead of listening and understanding like I should have, I became defensive and said...
Defensive, that's a better way. Instead of negative. I can't think of the word for it, but it's like a defensive. And the thing is, he still does it. He still doesn't know. Because the one thing I said, because I want to get into the point, how you respond. Because I don't even believe, because I mean, if he would have responded right, I'll go ahead and tell you how you respond. You can say it's just, I understand that, the guy is known for doing certain things, but I'm still respectful. And I guess he got that outfit from Hulk Hogan, and he could have said that. So I was just, showing, some appreciation. Somebody gave me a gift. They died, and, and I'm not cold hearted. I mean, of course I can say something better. This is just right out my tongue, but, I'm saying that's the kind of person I am. And they're like, if you're going to argue with that, then you're going to look stupid. Like those kind of people will look too stupid for it to go anywhere. I believe it's more about the response bringing up, and I think the number one thing that gave it away is the black people. It's just that there is something wrong with you if you did not know that it's the wrongest way to respond. How that just came out of nowhere. Kind of reminds me of that Trevor Noah versus that 10-year-old girl where she says, "I shouldn't be ashamed to be white," and he says, "I didn't white at all. I don't see color," because she tried to say I don't see color earlier in that debate thing. But I don't know her name, but she ran to Fox News when she got fired after that bad debate with Trevor Noah on the Daily Show.
To celebrate the wrestling icon, the person that so many of us looked up to as kids that we grew up with.
Now, this is the thing. Never say that, because like the icon that so many of us. Don't put words in mouth, because the immediate reaction is, I'm not a fan of him, because that's my immediate thoughts. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm brown skin color. For someone with color, like, that's kind of wrestling kind of white people shit. So to be like, oh, this is a person icon that we look for, like, nah, there's not no Martin Luther King. There's not no Malcolm X. I'm not a fan of Malcolm X, but I'm just being a Malcolm X. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, Hulk Hogan who wrestles? Like, I like The Rock, but I'm not gonna be like, Rock has done a lot more, of course, so I can that credit goes better with him. But he just wrestled and ripped off his shirt, which I remember he kind of says later. I'm like, or something, and I'm like, you're giving too much prop to him, and don't act like you're. It's just, it's not because of the racist and the negative things about him later came out. It's just no. I like the Ultimate Warrior more because of what I explained in the other video, because he was looking more colorful. That's it. That's the only reason why I like Ultimate Warrior more. I can't speak right now. He looked more colorful. I like his colors. There was no expired thing about Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan never said any expiring thing. I know The Rock has. I know, but let's keep going. But that's the thing is, don't go to that because you were all thinking someone's an icon. I believe majority of people never saw Hulk Hogan live, thought about, man, what will Hulk Hogan do in this moment? Unless you're a kid. Wrestling's fake, dude. No, it's just fake, dude. It's just, move on for that.
Made us tear our shirts and take our vitamins and say our prayers. I didn't know
What?
to the extent.
Take our vitamins and say, oh, that one, oh my gosh, I just got so dumbstruck by that crap. He made you, he did steroids, dude. He didn't take vitamins for one. But I'm like, what? I kind of want a Windex, like, dude. It's just like you're giving too much credit to some. What? He made you. He tell you, say stay in school, kids. Make you go to school. Otherwise, you would have dropped out. What are you talking about? It's just you're losing. Like I said, when I watch movies, I like to relate with people. I hear speeches like I love Eminem. Eminem, I'm sorry, still the best rapper of all time, because I can relate with him. I was actually working out today, hearing Guts and Fear, or Guts and Glory. I love the way he talks about it. He said, just because I'm rich doesn't mean I haven't been through this. And he says exactly why I've been liking him. He was saying it because if you're going, because you might have been going through what he has been going through in life. And I knew that. That's why he rapped. He didn't have to explain that to me. He explained it for dummies out there. Eminem, best rapper of all time. Don't be upset. Fuck Tupac. I actually don't like Tupac. I don't like people who get a whole bunch of money and still want to live in the game world. That's an idiot to me. Let's keep going.
Of all the horrible things that he had done. Since last night, I have done a lot of research, talked to a few people, and learned all of the horrible.
Okay, this thing. I know he's a bullshitter because he's an internet person, but everyone knows he's a bullshitter. But I don't look up anything about Hulk Hogan. I never searched anything about Hulk Hogan, and I actually knew all these things. It's kind of like knowing about Kim Kardashian when I don't want to know her name, but I know it. It's like certain people you heard, otherwise you're living under a rock. Only thing I heard recently was, and everything else I already heard, was the United thing, or whatever it's called, when he got old boy fired because he was trying to do some United thing that I didn't know anything about, and I learned that about a couple of days ago, a week ago.
That man has done, which is way more than just making a mistake and being human. So because of that, I have taken the videos down, and I apologize to anybody that I offended. I am sorry. Also, during last night's live stream, I used the word colored instead of saying person.
I never heard this part. So you apologize for that. I never heard this part. I only heard the clip that the other guy showed. I didn't hear this whole video at all. So this is actually, how much longer we got? Okay, because that's the worst thing. That's the biggest screw up. All you had to say is, if you just show that you're the kind of person, because I've seen a lot of people said exactly what I was saying. I knew what your channel was trying to be, like this person that's against certain things, but you just destroy your whole image with that. When they said, is that kind of like, they said a different way, but just saying that, you're okay with someone, walk in front of, you get angry with someone walk over in front of the camera, but racism, that's, I forgot how they explained it, but it's, yeah. What was the other thing I want to say? I did run to a video, and I kind of did wonder this about him, but this is something that I'd never caught him for, but they were saying that he goes off on more on people of color, and on those videos of how dare you. That one I have no research on. I don't watch the guy. But I don't know, but there's something that made me wonder that. I don't remember what it was, but that's what I saw a couple of videos like that. But whatever. It's a one race group. You know, people hang around one color. They they do that stuff. Well, let's go.
Color, which is a very outdated, very offensive term. A few moments later, somebody educated me and told me that it wasn't okay to use that, which I immediately.
I think he doesn't understand. I think he's just think, oh, I can't say black people. No, I think he don't understand the way it was used. I think I think he's like I said, he's so far in the one race group, he doesn't really fully understand. So he just think, oh, because I said blacks. No, it's the way it was used, dude. So I don't think he actually fully understands. But the main thing that made me want to do this video is he was trying to talk like a guy that we all, you know, worship. You know, that's not the word to use, but you know, just like we all look up to. It's like don't use all. I think I said in the video earlier. I said I don't like to use the word all or 100%. You know, I don't. But it happens sometimes. But but yeah, don't try to put other people put words in people's mouth that are there. Because you can't get something like dumb falls like, yeah, man, you're right, man. Hulk Hogan, man, he inspired me to take steroids.
To everyone and said, I would never do that again. So once again, to anybody that I offended, I am sorry. You know, my whole page, my whole brand is based on.
Yeah, that's a better word to say. He destroys his own brand by saying, oh, but you know, those things I'm okay with over the small things he get upset by. Now, all I'm gonna say is I'm done. But the thing is, if he would have just if he wanted to walk around with a Hulk Hogan suit after a guy died, it's fine. If it you know, because Hulk Hogan is just an old racist. He's not really like no Hitler or something or continuous. You know, Hulk Hogan about firing firing this girl when she found out she was black when she was selling his beer or something. You know, it's just that's what you know. It's kind of like black. I imagine black people look at that as in like you should know better to like work for people like Trump and stuff. You should know this is coming. You know he expects you to be a tag along or whatever, but you know. So I mean, it's like Kid Rock. I wouldn't work for Kid Rock because I know many find out person of color he'll fire me. You know, so it's and I know it's like I'll always be like the least favorite employee and I'll get like the least amount of raises or something, you know. But you know, you just know you character. So for him to wear the Hulk Hogan thing, it's just like there's gonna be people's like, dude, why are you wearing an outfit of a racist? That's kind of, you know, I've kind of feel that myself because I wouldn't do it myself. But if he would have just said that he's just not a person that just goes cold hearted because someone dies and this is a gift that was from him. There could be some people that will still like, no, so that's still not enough of excuse. They would look more stupid. But when he went to shut up black people and block me or block you, whatever, and like I thought it was just weird. I was like, just leave and I'll block you. Like, no, they left. You can't really block them unless they tell you to block them or they leave you a comment that you can block. You can't block people for leaving. It's not really possible. You don't know who's leaving. But yeah, so it's just it was more about the response. The suit thing that would have died off if he would have said nothing. It was the response. You know, there could have been some people, you know, it's, but you could have still lost some subscribers, but it was that response that I'm pretty sure was the big killer because that was like, oh shit, I wouldn't feel safe saying that crap. I personally, like I said, I don't care. Normal people don't care. There's weirdos on YouTube, but I cannot, but it's still, the backflash now is understandable. The Hulk Hogan, you're like, yeah, there's some idiots out there, yeah, blah, blah. But then the response, and then it was like, okay, yeah, it makes sense. I can understand the backlash now, you know. So if he would have responded better and just say, I just the kind of person I am, I understand that there was situations, but this was a gift, and I just want to just show, you know, some kind of you know, whatever. You know, I don't want like I can say the word support. I don't think that word fits with this scenario, but I'm just saying this is the person you are. I mean, it's not really bad. It's not really good. It's just not something I would do. Like Germany had blackface on. I have no problem with Tropic Thunder. I have no problem with white chicks. You know, it was just the way, you know, but in certain ways you can do it wrong. I've seen it done wrong, but it just certain people get offended by certain things, and That would have been a small enough until he did that response. That was wrong, really wrong. All right, but I'm saying it's just saying the God that we all expire. I really want to get into that, but I decided not to. But it was that response that was just like, wow. That hit a nerve with me when that black thing just came up. And the block me, I don't care if someone blocks me on any of their things because it's YouTube. But I'm just saying that, but I can still feel a nerve hit there saying you don't like it, leave, and I'll block you. But I was also feeling weird out. I was thinking, well, they leave, how can you block them? What? So I think logical too. All right, peace, I gotta go.